Bryce, we touched on some of the key challenges that you face in the construction industry today. Can we now touch on the importance of building stronger relationships between suppliers, subcontractors, main construction companies, main contractors, lack of a better word, and project management companies and clients, all the way through the process?
Sure. Okay. Well, as opposed to the Australian market, where essentially people burn bridges every day.
Do they?
Correct.
God damn, what are those guys across the ditch doing?
Auckland's a small market.
Yeah.
You're not going to survive very long in this market if you're not creating and fostering relationships.
Yeah.
Part of that is, for us is, once again, delivery. We know that if we deliver a project for a client and it's successful for every stakeholder, then we're going to get the next job.
Fair.
Or we're certainly going to get the opportunity to price the next job.
Yep.
So that's very, very important to us. I would imagine that 50 to 60% of our present turnover is continuity of work. So delivery is very, very important, and you need to be able to call on those relationships on a regular basis, from right across the construction spectrum, from the point of view of needing a subcontractor to pull resources from another project to see your project through.
In the time we need.
In the time you need, to talking to a client and saying, well, look, we've got a space. Have you got something coming up?
Yeah.
Being able to pick up the phone and talk to those people that are in the client sphere. And yes, I mean, those relationships take years and years to foster, but you can lose them in a snapshot.
Right.
Yeah.
I could totally relate to that, because since I set up strategic planning about 2 and a bit years ago, and 95% of my work comes through word of mouth, through the relationships that I formed over the years.
And repeat work. Essentially, you're delivering, so people are passing on the good, the good work that you do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And it's very, very important in the construction industry to have good relationships. And I always say that in the construction makeup, the site manager's role, the person who manages the site, is the most difficult role, because he has to relate to a labourer, and then he has to relate to a client that arrives on site with a suit, and be able to talk and communicate with those people right across that sphere. So,
I'll deal with site safe, and I'll deal with the neighbouring property, and I'll deal with water care, Vector, you name it. Every single stakeholder.
Yeah, one of my favourite sayings is life is a series of negotiations, and that's the construction industry. You're negotiating all day long, and if you're negotiating with people you've got good relationships with, you're going to be successful.
So the key is to build better relationships to win more work. Definitely.
It's not something that happens overnight. It takes a number of years to build relationships externally within a company, but also internally, so that you have the people around you that essentially, it's a team that builds a project. It's not one person. So the relationships are from within your team that you've got to build up, and externally, so that you can call on help if you need it, call on advice if you need it, and call on experience if you need it.
There we go, mate. Now, thank you for your insights on that.